Hey, what's up, guys? Hopefully, you're having a good week. Start to the week. Happy Monday. Last week, we covered the book of Philippians, 1 John, 2 John, and 3 John. So this week, I'm just going to briefly talk about the book of Philippians. And really how I think it's a good book to start the new year on, and really just dwelling and just thinking about it. The book of Philippians, it's written by the Apostle Paul, the same guy who wrote much of the New Testament. He wrote Philippians, and really what it covers is, one, if there's a theme of Philippians, it's really the joy of living for Christ and what it looks like to live for Christ, and how we should have joy no matter what. It was written right around 62 AD, actually during Paul's imprisonment. When he wrote this letter, he was actually in prison in Rome at the time, and he was writing to the church of Philippi. It was one of the churches that he helped establish. He helped pioneer this church. He started it. He had a great relationship with them, so he was just writing this letter to them, updating them on what was happening. Yeah, so that really brings us into the next point. Like, the reason for this letter was to update the church on what was going on, and one, updating them that yes, he was in prison, and actually it was that everything was working together for Christ's plan, that people were actually knowing Christ because he was in prison. Not for the church not to worry about that. But he even says the guards are starting to know about Christ because of this, and actually more Christians have actually become more bold because of my imprisonment. They're no longer scared to talk about Jesus. They are willing to talk about it. So he's saying, even though I'm in prison, Christ's plan, Jesus' plan, is still moving forward. This didn't catch him off guard, and he will have his way with what's going to happen. Next thing, he was really writing the church was one, just to encourage them to press on in their relationship with Christ, to encourage them to, hey, remember Christ, press on. We need to try to deepen our relationship with Christ. He wanted the church to grow in unity, to grow in humility, and to grow in joy and peace. So as you read Philippians, there's examples of all of this. There's and again, chapter 2, verse 3, it's about humility. It's about Christ's humility and how we should have humility like Christ in that. So we shouldn't think of anybody more highly than ourselves. Like, we should have this humility that Christ had. Chapter 3 talks about righteousness, how righteousness only comes through Jesus Christ. It doesn't come through anything that we do or anything that we produce, but it only comes through faith in Jesus Christ. And then chapter 4 again just hits on just that we rejoice always, that we need to rejoice in any circumstances, anything that we go through, that we need to rejoice in the Lord always. So those are really the themes of Philippians. So one, as you read it, remember the main themes. And even as we start 2021, I think those are all things, even as Chi Alpha, that we could grow in, that we would grow in. One, that we'd press in our relationship with Jesus, that we would grow in unity together, that we would grow in humility, and that we would grow in joy and peace as a body. So those are some of my goals, and hopefully they can be goals that we can also set as a community moving forward in 2021. Have a great week, guys.